All right, hey guys, Jerry from Showtime Audio. So we have a very special project in here. So this client, Aaron, how you doing, Aaron? He's been building this car for the last 5 years. This is no regular Caprice. This is a 1990 Chevy Caprice. It's his first car. He loves this car, and he made it into a full-blown race car. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. He's had the equipment, and the equipment's been installed, but now it's here for us to build an enclosure, set up the DSP, tune it, and a couple of other odds and ends. So check out this enclosure. This is no small feat. I mean, we'll show you once we get the enclosure out how complicated it is. This is obviously a very special car. It has a ton of horsepower, but the client also wants everything at a very high level. So the motor, the paint, the framework, the interior, I mean, this car is just insane. So the stereo has to match. So we're putting in two 10W6s, but they live below these Macintosh amps. There's a giant 5-channel and then a 4-channel that lives underneath. So that follow this rail, which is a part of the bracing for the vehicle. So Hondo designed and built an enclosure that fits. This is to represent the amp because the amp is heavy and we're not trying to take the thing in and out. So he built this to represent the amp, and so we still have some space underneath because a lot of the wires and the connectors plug in under the amplifier. So this makes sure that we accounted for that. And then we're gonna also, once we're done, we're gonna build some brackets to make sure that it's secured to the amp rack as well, because this is a crazy horsepower car, and the last thing we need is for this enclosure. Even though once the amplifier's on there, it would have to break the amplifiers loose in order to cause any damage, but we don't want to take that chance, and so we're going to build some bracketry and secure it and make sure that it's nice and solid. All right, just a little behind the scenes. Obviously, once we put it together and bolt in the amplifiers, nobody's seeing this sub. So we wanted to show you before, obviously, we do all of that. So the enclosure fits between, the car's been kind of mini tubbed, so the enclosure fits right between where they mini tubbed it. So I mean, left to right, it cannot go any which way. There's at the back there's a slant, so the enclosure also follows that. That's why it's got that curve on it, and it's down firing, so we're gonna fire at the floor so that we'll load, and then this slot will direct the bass out the back. We also were real big on doing these window braces. So a lot of times you'll see boxes that are double baffled. Double baffled definitely helps, but we kind of prefer the window braces because now the woofers are braced here, here, and here. And it's such a small enclosure. The time you need bracing or double baffling is when you have really long spans. So anytime you have a really long span, obviously it can flex. The shorter that span is, the much harder it is to get it to flex because you don't have as much leverage. And then if you window brace it, it's like a T. If you think about it, it's like a gusset. So it takes that piece and now makes it smaller, right? So in essence, now this piece, instead of being this long and flexing, it's this long. But also because it's in the center and it's braced on either side of the woofer, it's in essence, think about it as it's like supporting the woofer so it can't flex. So again, this is why we prefer to do it this way. We also do it with the double baffles depending on the situation, but for the most part, we really like the bracing idea. right, so one of the very cool things though is that he had this amplifier back in 1998. It's actually the year that amplifier was introduced, the Macintosh, that MC 4000M. If you know anything about car audio, Macintosh is one of the top brands, especially at the time. And Macintosh at the time was the upper echelon for car audio. So these are both 6 channels. This is the big 6 channel and the smaller of the two. This is the 440M and that's the 4000M. Just amazing amplifiers, but check the build out. A shop in Missouri built the vehicle, right? They did everything you see. So there's a full one-off frame, roll cage that's hidden, integrated into the whole vehicle. Like you would never know, like the way they put it in, they did it in a way so that it kind of blends in and looks like it could have been there. Total sleeper car, right? But this thing will hurt you. So if you play with it, it's got dual batteries. It's even got a spot for a parachute, right? So it's got the parachute. So if he drags races, it's got wheelie bars, the works. So there's the DSP processor. The main thing was to try to keep it looking and functioning as original as possible, but still get the performance. That's no easy feat. So it is no easy feat to build something this wild and still make it look like could have been stock, right? So even down to the wheels, if you check out the wheels look very police car-ish. Obviously they're way exaggerated because the car's been mini tubbed and a whole bunch of other things to get it to work, but they have that original police car feel to them. So just to give you an idea, so this is the roll cage, but to get it this high and tight in the vehicle is a nightmare. So it is about as high and tight as you can get it and still be able to get it in the car. It even goes through the dashboard. I mean, check that out. Even the kick panels. Take a look at the kick panels. They custom built the kick panels and the roll bar is in the kick panel. And that bar you see sticking out at the bottom, that's for a door brace. So there's a door brace bar that literally pins into place. So that completes the cage, at least for the driver, to protect the driver from basically anything. And then the other cool thing is, so 1990 Chevy Caprices did not have a console like this. And the reason for the console is because you'll see the motor in a second, but for the drive shaft and everything, it runs down the center. The attention to detail and the amount of work that's gone into this car, you can't appreciate it. I mean, the more you look at it, the more you see, the more little details. I mean, these guys did an amazing job. I mean, has to be one of the best cars I've ever seen as far as like racing inspired and all that. It is unreal. The console's actually steel. I mean, it's just got everything. For the stereo, it has Focal K2s 3-ways. It has the 6.5, a 3 and a tweet. And in the back, it has 2-ways, which is a 6.5 and a tweet in the rear deck. In the trunk, we actually did 2 JL 10W6s in a custom down-firing enclosure, which we vinyl wrapped and is bolted to the vehicle. And now for the craziest thing. I mean, this is unreal. A 2,000 horsepower twin turbo engine. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, the engine is like, and if you know a Chevy Caprice, this is a giant engine bay, and this car barely makes it. Check out the framework. I mean, this is all one-off. This is the frame. So this frame, see the firewall? That's all steel. That's all been done, and underneath, it's literally, they built the entire frame. I mean, even down to this, the hood latch had to be relocated. The cross member had to be cut, and they had to add in this hoop in order to clear the air intake, right? So, I mean, just like I said, to be able to do this level of car and hide it with a Chevy Impala on top of it is just art. I mean, literally, I can't say enough about how impressive. I mean, those are the billet hinges with the gas shocks. I mean, just everything is done at one of the highest levels I've ever seen. And again, full-blown race car. This is not a trailer queen. This is not a, this is an actual full-blown race car. I mean, it looks like a regular car, but again, it will do some damage. One of the things the client did want is he wanted us to deaden these panels. If you know anything about these Caprices, is that's a big flat panel in order to keep it from rattling. So we built some templates and deadened those. And then we actually built covers for it, which are gonna get upholstered and installed on there as well. But just to show you, again, all the detail. The cool thing too is one more thing. This whole assembly, because people are gonna be like, how do you have a race car and these giant amplifiers, subwoofers, all this in here? There's pins, there's actually 4 pins. And then all of these connectors, everything is on connectors. So you literally unplug it and you can remove the entire assembly and remove our sub enclosure. So then obviously you're losing a ton of weight and it's safer, right? But again, they just thought of everything. I mean, the amount of work and attention to detail is just mind-blowing. It even has a water to air intercooler. You fill that bad boy with ice and it basically cools the air before it goes into the engine to get you more horsepower.
Visit our website at showtimeaudiochicago.com.